My name is Don Beret. I'm the executive producer for the Titanic Channel.
And why are you here today, Don?
The Titanic Channel covers the story of Titanic. We cover the story of the ship itself, the passengers, the crew on board, the history of the era of Titanic, and obviously Marconi is such a big part of the story. So we're covering where Marconi began, Marconi himself, and we wanted to come to the birthplace where it all started.
The birthplace of what?
The birthplace of the telegraph, the birthplace of radio, the birthplace of safety at sea, and wireless, absolutely.
And what part did the ordinary workers here who made the bits and pieces for the wirelesses, what part could they possibly play in saving the lives of hundreds of thousands of people?
They were totally responsible for saving the lives, because had it not been for wireless communication, they would have never had the rescues. I mean, you look at Titanic, the Carpathia never would have heard of the distress call that went out that night. It never would have come to the rescue of all those boats that were floating in the sea. I mean, Carpathia was close enough to hear it. Other ships were on their way.
One ship, the Californian, was pretty close by.
Well, the Californian was about 18 miles away from what the research I've done in the California. And unlike today, where communications are 24 hours a day, at that point, some of the Marconi operators were in bed, so they shut off their equipment at night. I think when you look at the providence of the Carpathia, and you think that from what I've read, the wireless operator was untying his shoes to take his to turn it off, and there's a knot in his shoe, and because of that knot in his shoe, he left the radio on and was able to hear the distress calls from the Titanic. And you think what would have happened if he hadn't heard that. So all of that equipment for the Carpathia, the Californian, all of the ships, the Olympic, was all built here.
How do you feel now seeing it? Does it look different? Do you feel the spirit of the place?
I think there's nothing like being here and seeing it and feeling it. Yeah, just walking inside a few minutes ago. You've seen the pictures, I've seen the pictures, you've seen the images, and you can almost see the men and women working in there back in 1910, 1909, 1912. So it's moving to see it. It's something that catches your imagination, and we hope that it can be preserved for all mankind to see.
Don, you know a lot about the Titanic through your work and personal interests. Did you ever hear about Hall Street before we made contact?
No. I knew Marconi. I knew the Marconi set, but I never knew Hall Street. I never knew Chelmsford. This is where it started, and it's surprising when I told people that I was coming here, they looked Chelmsford, and yes, that's where Titanic began, or where the Marconi began. So it's important. It's important for this city that it's remembered that this is the beginning of radio.
Would it surprise you to know that it's actually a forgotten factory? Even if in its own town there are no signposts here, there are people seeing the signpost driving into the town, birthplace of radio, parking their car, would have no guidebook,
no,
and no signs leading here. Does that surprise you?
It does surprise me. I would think that the city of Chelmsford would embrace this being here and would open it up, because there are people like me who want to come and see it, but unless I know it's here, I would never come here. So I think it's important that it go out, that people see it and know it, that this is where it's at.
How important is it in the story of the Titanic? How important is it?
Oh, it's
priceless?
Huge. It's priceless. Yes, it is. It is, because the people who were saved because of the building over my shoulder.
And are you slightly shocked then that it's forgotten?
Well, we've corrected that. So we're going to do a lot of stories on Titanic and the Marconi, the relationship between Marconi and Titanic, and also Chelmsford, where it started, how it started, and hopefully we'll open it up. And I think people seeing it, because we're not only in our episodes going to show what it looked like back in 1912, but we're also going to show what it looks like today, and it's here today. So And our channel goes all over the world. So it's a subscription internet channel. So we have people in Australia, and we're reaching out to China. So we'll tell the world that Chelmsford is here, and this is the birthplace.
We're so excited to have your team here. Thank you for coming and putting Hall Street, the saviour of the survivors of the Titanic, Lusitania, and other countless ships. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for coming here.
Well, thank you for opening up to us, and thank you for being so kind and allowing us to be here and giving us so much information. We really, really appreciate it.